You should stand is because you've been sitting for a long time. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Najua kwamba it has taken a long time to put this together, Apostle. Allow us to have an interlude where my colleagues, we never like to call ourselves politicians because that's not what we are. We are actually leaders. And I think specially called. We accepted to come because, Apostle, you're a wonderful servant of God, and we are truly amazed by what you've been able to achieve since 1997. From around the Tani to around the world. We give God the glory. So that we do not cause an interruption, we wanted to deliver some messages, leadership messages, and then we will continue. Because when the aspirants decided to go there, mbele ya madhabahu, anaanza kuchitangazia pale, I was expecting you exercise your authority to throw them out and bring them back here. Because this is a very important function happening as it does at a time when our country is at a crossroads. Allow me to quote from the Bible. And I don't want to misquote, because sometimes we misquote from the Holy Book. And I met a friend you may know, Apostle Musili, called Reverend Musyoka. He was with us in the village when we were escorting our elder cousin out in Sekuru. And one of his pastors wanted to read, he said, read this and this, and he was reading from the smartphone. Reverend Musyoka told him, wait a minute, you read from the Bible, not from the smartphone. I know that we have all gone digital, and it is important, I think, once in a while, if you want authenticity, because there are very many translations actually on the smartphones. But I thought we could, with your permission, before I call my colleagues, the giving we'll do after that, if you allow us, but so that we also really take time to honor the Lord by our presence here, and to honor the work of this ministry, ATG International, Deliverance International, and the tremendous work that you have been able to achieve and accomplish. I want to give personal testimony that I know you, Apostle Musili, and as you said, a great friend of our fallen leader, the late Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. You stood with him through thick and thin. You stood for what is fair and what is just. Even when the Church of God was speaking in different tongues, and the moment to call the nation to order arose, you did not shy away. And you continue in that perspective. Nadhani tutarudi wakati mwingine kwa hiyo ministry ya pembe. Mimi nilimwagilia pembe, kwa hivyo hakuna haja kunirudishia. Ukiona inatosha tena, maybe we'll submit ourselves. But can I just hold this? Let me just wear I'm very poor at wearing glasses. Just hold this one. Give it to me now. I want my Bible. Proverbs 29 at verse 4. I read this because we have in our midst abductees, Kenyans, who were on the 25th of June arrested by Kenyan police. Not wale ambao wanavalia baklava, put into police lorries and then driven around the city, sometimes 30 minutes or so from their own testimonies here, and then transferred to the famous Subarus. So there's no doubt these were arrested by the Kenyan police, men and women who are supposed to serve the nation under the National Police Service. And I am tempted to say this, Apostle Musili, that when we take over as united alternative government and other Kenyans of goodwill, we will have in real time to reform the National Police Service. Because they cannot continue this way. We know that under them there is IPOA, independent. Kenyans are crying out for justice. Therefore, at Proverbs 29, verse 4, by justice, a king gives a country stability. But one who is greedy for bribes tears it down. Does that sound like we are in Kenya? We are tearing down our country with bribes. Apostle Musili, I appreciate the fact that you have organized this, where we have the bishops, the apostles, like my friend Apostle Ikui, and I'll share what my friend Eugene and I think about Ikui. We'll look for a job for him, afanye mambo ya treasury. It's some organized. They give 5,000, 10,000. A mama from Kirinyaga, because she knows she'll give account of her own responsibility on earth, not through her husband, brought 50,000. But can you compare that to these others who have been highlighted? Because Kenyans now know who Mr. Moneybags are and whose money that is. We want to get our country back. Bribery is the order of the day. Even if there's a by-election like one in Al-Kalau, that explains why our brother Rigiji is not here with us, because he's overseeing that effort. Even bringing curfew when they realize they are losing. So that is the state of our nation. And so we want to honor these Kenyans. And we ask that they come, because each one of them is under threat. They were told, mukijaribu kutoa neno, tutakuja tuwanyakue. Please remember that 100 plus Kenyans lost their lives between 2023 and 2024 when the country changed, and I believe with our sister Elena Ken, mambo yamebadilika. It is now the actualization that the whole country is awaiting. And so we wanted to take this time and really thank you for this tremendous occasion, and ask the good Lord will continue to shower his blessings on our country and help this country regain its dignity. And the Constitution 2010, all those leaders you see are running afoul of the integrity clause, chapter 6 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Open bribery. So as you said, Apostle, next month we'll usher in the election year of 2027. And so we must prepare our minds. And as we do so, we must also appreciate these brothers who are here. Our sister Mother Karua was with Mheshimiwa Matiang'i yesterday out in Kisumu. We are a team. So Kenyans, please don't fall into that trap of propaganda. CG boardroom meetings so that you get disoriented. We believe, when we say it, it's become a mantra, we all believe together with the other teams in Linda Mwananchi, because they are Kenyans as well, Kenyan leaders, that we are going to unite appropriately and make William Ruto's administration one term. So as you see us here, my brother J.B. Muturi, who is a chairperson of the People's Restorative Justice Commission, my brother Eugene, he spent a lot of time, I think, with J.B., with the abductees. Young man Bernard Kavuli there, thank you for even arranging to come with them. And my brother Fred Matiang'i, and as I said, our brother Rigi G. Please, media, we celebrate you. And particularly, the only voice remaining now is Standard Media. That's why you get a whole head of state going on Twitter, attacking the leadership of media houses. Freedom of the media is so important at this time that we cannot play with it. So those are my remarks for now, as I give assurance on behalf of my colleagues that can also speak on their own behalf. Coalition making and coalition building is never an easy task. That I can tell you. And so when we do these things the way we will choose to do them, please give us that time. Do not make it look like we are. Because we know the only card President William Ruto wants to play is to divide this team. Because he knows without this team being divided, he is one term. It doesn't need the scientific mathematics to know when you add all these numbers, there is absolutely no way he's not going to be one term. And it is not that we are disrespectful to those in authority, but the time has come in our country's history to call a spade a spade. We have a country to liberate. It is liberation time. And we repeat, the next election will not be the one for people to think they can steal, because it is not be possible. You cannot continue doing that thing in Kenya anymore. So I wanted to say that and ask my friend, my brother Fred, I think I'm catching a cold, my brother Fred, to come salimie, and then my other friends here wasalimie, alafu tutoe mchango wetu. Thank you.